show on the road. The first time that I stepped into a group fitness studio, I was bulimic, anorexic, addicted to laxatives, and a compulsive overeater. I was also 6 weeks postpartum and really didn't think I had what it took to be a good mom. I walked into the room wanting to hide and be anonymous. I didn't like my body. I wasn't comfortable with who I was. I didn't like the skin I was in. I was hiding in baggy clothes. To make matters worse, I was bad at the workout. As soon as I could maybe figure out what they were doing, they were onto something else. And I had no rhythm, which is so ironic. I had no rhythm. It was obviously a step class. In that moment, the instructor singled me out in the back row and said, "We have a beginner's class you should try. It's on such and such day and time of the week." I was so embarrassed. I was already self-conscious and humiliated. I wanted to leave. I told myself I never want to do that again. And I did. I came back, obviously, and the instructor was different. And I felt kind of successful in her class, even though I was still like really bad. And she introduced me to some people in the room, and over the weeks, I started to really like them, and they liked me. And my smile returned to my face for the first time in a long time, and it was because of group fitness. It was the one piece of a puzzle in my life that put everything into balance. My physical health, my emotional health, my mental well-being. And I'm so grateful for the gift that was that puzzle piece. And we want to start our session today with our gratitude. Thank you for your time, your treasure, your talent that got you into this room today. And we want to thank you in advance for the energy you're going to give us and one another standing around you, but above all, the energy that you're going to give yourself in the next almost 2 hours. We are going to show you Warrior Rhythm, and we can't wait to do it. So we'll start here shortly with a workout, showing you the program. And then we'll talk a little bit about our sequencing and why we sequence the way we do, and how that relates to the anatomy of the core, spinal alignment, spinal deviations. And then we want to equip you with some of our magic. We really pride ourselves on taking a program that's very hard to make accessible for all shapes, all sizes, a wide variety of fitness levels. It's really hard to do that with a music-driven program that incorporates a lot of yoga moves. And we have some tricks and tips that we want to give you that we use, and maybe you can use them as well in your classes if you teach. My name is Ellen, and I'm the creator of Warrior Rhythm and Warrior Strength. And the last time I was at IDEA was 3 years ago in California. How many of you guys were there at that IDEA? Not very many, but a few. All right, a few of you were there. I was on stage then and the year before with a different company. And much to my surprise, that company we were just talking about closed its operations. And even more to my surprise, I created a fitness business. My first Warrior Rhythm class was on January 7th of 2020. Wah, wah, wah. 2020. 2020. The pandemic landed on all of our front porches and came into our living rooms and put its feet up on our ottomans and parked itself to stay. That's the year I decided to start a fitness business. It was the year that, as you all know, gyms were closing, many of which never reopened their doors. Fitness professionals, instructors, personal trainers lost their jobs, many of whom have not returned to the industry. Conferences were closing and not reopening until maybe now. And group fitness schedules were decimated, and most of them have not returned to their former glory. That's when I created Warrior Rhythm. Much to my surprise, we spread to 10 countries in that time. That's Usha. She's one of our master trainers. We call our master trainers expert educators, and she's from India. I know. And so that's obviously one of our countries, and she just recently certified someone who's maybe gonna move to Dubai, so we might be in 11 countries before we see you again. So we want to start with our gratitude. So Warrior Rhythm it's magical. How many of you guys like to lift weights? A lot more than went to IDEA 3 years ago. How many of you guys like cardio and HIIT training? Okay, a little less than the one that like to lift weights. How many of you guys like really love yoga?
Yes.
Oh, okay, vocal too. How many of you guys wish you loved yoga? And it's kind of annoying that those people were like, yeah. Okay. Warrior Rhythm has something for all of you. Warrior Rhythm is a fusion that weaves together mindfulness, weightlifting, HIIT training, but is primarily a rebel yoga flow. So with that, we're gonna give you a second, because it takes me a long time to take a jacket off when I also have a mic on. I can never figure it out. We're gonna give you a second to get situated. Take your shoes off if you are comfortable doing so. It's how most people do the format, but if you want to leave your shoes on, you're welcome to. We're going to give you a second to sip on your water bottle while I figure out how to get my jacket off.
And passion that propels you toward achieving your vision for life. It's the key to remaining focused and motivated. Rather than courage or exceptional talent, grit is the tenacity, perseverance, resilience, and willingness to keep you going despite obstacles like 2020. I wrote that in there by myself. My editorialized right there. It is quickly adapting to new circumstances and being committed to work hard for long periods. Trusting that if you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, you'll
only boy.
The gift of showing up and letting us present what we love to you. What did you like? What did you like about it?
Adaptations.
Yes, thank you. We're going to talk about that in our lecture. Anything else? I mean, anything, other thoughts? How did you know? Did like the word leak out?
She walked by and she was like, wait a minute, I gotta go in there.
Well, we're back on Saturday with our other format. If you want to join us again, it's different than this one. It's very different. It's functional training. It's not like a musical, soulful experience. Although music is important to it,